Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your tech friend Nick, and today Apple released a pretty awesome press release announcing some new news about their products and a bunch of different product lineup changes, some new colors on their iPhones. You may have seen the red one. But yeah, today's video, I'm going to be breaking down all those changes and seeing what's going on with Apple in today's news. Now let's start out with the iPhone SE. Today, Apple really didn't announce anything new with the phone other than a few different options as far as storage goes. So now the new storage lineup is 32 gigabytes and 128 gigabytes. This is really awesome that we're starting to see that Apple is increasing the storage capacity on their phone. This is really huge and something that they really needed to do a long time ago. So that's an awesome feature that they added today. With more iPhone news, Apple has released the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus Red. Now, if you don't know what the whole thing with Red is that Apple is working with the Red and the Global Fund for HIV and AIDS to prevent basically the next generation of the world to have AIDS. They want to prevent AIDS, and it's a really awesome collaboration, and it's been really successful. And to mark their 10-year anniversary, they released the iPhone 7 Red. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. They've been really successful so far, raising over $130 million. Now, there's nothing new with the phone itself other than the fact that it has a really nice red color to it. But that's not really the point of the whole Red series. You know, whenever you buy a Red product, such as the iPhone, you're contributing to the Global Fund, which helps prevent HIV and AIDS. Now, like I said before, Apple's raised a whopping $130 million towards the fund against HIV. Now, this is really awesome. I'm really happy that Apple is doing this again with the new iPhone, and I'm sure it's going to be a great seller. Now, moving on to some juicy iPad news. Now, Apple actually released an entirely new iPad that is much cheaper than the predecessor of the Apple Air 2. With this iPad, it's actually going to be coming in 32 gigabytes and 128 gigabytes, which is matching the iPhone SE that I mentioned previously. With that lower price point, Apple had to take and give a little bit with this iPad. You know, coming at $329, that's a really solid price, but you're still getting most of the features. What Apple did do, however, is take away from the thickness a little bit, so it's slightly thicker. They also had to make a slight change in the screen quality. Now, if you've been paying attention, the Retina screen has been slightly changing every generation, it seems, and what they've been putting in the newer products is the Gen 2 Retina, which is slightly better. I won't get into any of the details, but it's slightly better, nicer colors, etc., etc. But this new iPad has a Gen 1, so you're not going to get all the goodies that comes along with Gen 2. In addition to that, though, they are going to be putting in the new A9 processor with the M9 co-processor, so it's going to be slightly faster than what you would expect in an Air 2. Now, that wraps up all the news about the new iPad, but Apple also released that they're going to be discontinuing the iPad Mini 2, which is a bummer in my opinion because it was such a good deal. It was such good bang for your buck for getting an iPad. So if you really wanted to break into the iPad scene, get an iPad Mini 2 and you had a really great device for cheap. But can't do that anymore because they are discontinuing it, which is unfortunate. Now, they didn't give any reason why they discontinued it specifically, but they're probably just moving around the lineup so you'd be more enticed to buy something newer like the iPad Mini 4, for example. That wraps up the news for the iPads, but there also is some news on some new apps that Apple has released today. Now, also today, Apple released a new app called Clips, and this is basically a video editing app, and it's pretty awesome. It has all the basic functionalities that you'd come to expect with a video editing app now. But one thing that really stood out to me that I thought was really cool was something called live titles. So with live titles, it's really cool. Basically, when you talk, the app will recognize what you're saying and it'll create subtitles under what you're saying. I don't know, I thought it was pretty interesting and something worth mentioning. But yeah, other than that, nothing really too interesting that I found on it. It's really cool software, and I'm sure it's going to be a big hit. And finally, to wrap up the Apple news today, they announced some new colors for their silicone iPhone cases and also a new iPad cover and some different bands for your Apple Watch. So if you've been hunting for a new Apple Watch band, well, go check out Apple's website because there might be something there that you might like. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, I am your tech friend, Nick. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to talk about some Apple related products or whatever, leave a comment below and I'll answer it. So yeah, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.